There is a place on Earth where sunlight has never existed. Not once, not ever. A world buried under miles of water, where pressure is so intense it can crush steel like thin paper. Down here, silence isn't calming, it's suffocating, endless, unbroken. And in that darkness, something is waiting. A faint glow flickers into existence, not fire, not electricity, but a living light, moving slowly, deliberately, like it knows it's being watched. It doesn't chase, it doesn't rush, it simply waits, because in this world, patience is deadly. Nothing down here follows the rules we understand. Survival looks unfamiliar, life feels almost wrong. And one creature breaks reality so completely that even scientists hesitate before explaining it. This isn't science fiction, this isn't a monster story, this is real, and nothing about the anglerfish is normal. To understand the anglerfish, you have to abandon the surface world completely. Everything familiar stays behind. As we descend, the ocean begins to erase color itself. Red vanishes first, like it never existed, then orange, then yellow, until even blue surrenders, and the world turns black. The deeper we go, the heavier the ocean becomes. Pressure builds with every meter, crushing, constant, unforgiving. The water grows colder, movement slows, energy becomes precious. Down here, food doesn't simply run out, it almost never arrives. This is the deep sea, an environment so hostile that life should not be possible, and yet it is. Not by strength, not by speed, but by becoming something unrecognizable. Creatures here don't just adapt, they transform. They bend biology in ways that feel wrong, unnatural, almost designed for nightmares. Which brings us to the real question, not how life survives here, but what kind of life would dare to evolve in a world like this? Out of the blackness, something drifts into view. At first it looks like a star, a single point of light, floating where light should not exist. Then the shape appears, an anglerfish. From its head hangs a glow swaying gently, like a lantern in a wind that isn't there. But this light isn't magic, it isn't electricity, it's alive. Inside that glowing bulb live microscopic bacteria, tiny organisms trapped in a lifelong deal. The anglerfish feeds them, protects them, keeps them alive, and in return, they shine. In a world without a sun, the anglerfish creates one. But this is where it becomes disturbing. That light isn't meant to guide. It isn't meant to reveal. It's meant to deceive. The glow moves slowly, deliberately, imitating the motion of prey. To hungry eyes in the darkness, it looks like hope. And when something follows that light, it's already too late. The jaws snap shut. The darkness closes in again. What makes this even stranger is that scientists still don't fully understand how this partnership evolved or why it works so perfectly in absolute darkness. And the deeper we go, the stranger the story becomes. In the deep sea, food isn't scarce, it's almost non-existent. A single meal might appear once a week, once a month, or not at all. So the anglerfish doesn't hunt like other animals, it waits. Its mouth is enormous, far too large for its body. Its teeth curve inward like barbed hooks, designed not to bite, but to make escape impossible. And its stomach doesn't have limits. It stretches, it expands, it swallows prey larger than the anglerfish itself. Because down here, hesitation is death. There are no second chances, no smaller bites, no wasted opportunities. If food appears, even briefly, you take it, no matter the size, no matter the risk. But survival in the deep ocean isn't just about eating. It raises a darker question. If staying alive is this extreme, what happens when finding a mate becomes just as rare as finding food? This is where the anglerfish stops feeling like an animal and starts feeling unreal. In many species, the male anglerfish is barely recognizable, tiny, fragile, almost disappears in the dark. His entire life has one purpose: to find a female. And if he ever does, he bites her, and he never lets go. His body begins to change, his organs dissolve, his eyes fade, his brain shrinks, until there is nothing left of him as an individual. He fuses into her flesh, becoming a living extension of her body, a permanent source of life. This isn't violence, it isn't dominance, it's desperation. In a world where meeting another of your kind may happen once in a lifetime, evolution chose a solution that feels almost unthinkable. Never separate, never search again, never be alone. What makes this even more unsettling is that scientists still don't fully understand how the female's immune system allows this fusion without rejecting him as a foreign body, or how this strategy evolved multiple times in different anglerfish species, as if nature arrived at the same disturbing answer again and again. And the deeper we look, the more the mystery grows. At these depths, pressure never rests. It presses from every direction, endlessly. Bones would snap, metal would fold, air-filled lungs would collapse in an instant. The anglerfish has none of these. Its body is soft, flexible, almost delicate. But in the deep ocean, softness is survival. There are no rigid bones to shatter, no air spaces to crush, no wasted movement. Even its blood is different, chemically tuned to function in freezing darkness where pressure never releases its grip. What looks fragile is actually perfectly engineered. And this forces a larger question. How many biological solutions exist on this planet we've never seen, simply because they only work in places humans can barely reach? The anglerfish doesn't merely live in the deep ocean, it is a product of it. Every feature, every adaptation tells the story of a world shaped by absence, no light, no warmth, no abundance, a world that rewrote the rules of life itself. And yet, we've explored less of the deep ocean than the surface of the moon. There may be creatures more alien than the anglerfish still drifting in the dark, unseen, unnamed, and untouched by human eyes. Down there, evolution didn't slow down, it didn't become cautious, it went further. And the deeper we look into the ocean, the more we begin to understand how little of our own world we truly know.